Hello everyone, my name is Sylvester Wright, aka Written Prose. I am a musician, producer, singer, songwriter, rapper, lyricist, poet, and I'm welcoming you to Up From Deprivation. On this channel, we'll talk about art in all its different forms and how it affects the individual, how it affects society, and especially how it affects the black community. We'll also talk about the responsibility of the artist, the responsibility of the musician, the painter, how because of their power and the gift of their art, how it affects the community and the person and themselves, the responsibility that they have. And we'll talk about artists and how they use their responsibility. I hope you enjoy yourself on this channel. I want you to feel free to speak your mind. We don't have to agree, but we can grow together. So, welcome to Up From Deprivation. We'll also start off with an African proverb, and we'll delve into that African proverb for a few episodes. And the African proverb that we'll be talking about now is one that's very popular. You hear all the motivational speakers use it, pastors, preachers, everyone. And it goes like this. It's in its American form. It says, and it basically says, if there is no enemy within, the enemy without can do you no harm. If there is no enemy within, the enemy without can do you no harm. One of the primary struggles of the black community is having our voice heard, having control of our voice. But as we're getting control of our voice, are we being responsible with it? Or are we doing the same thing and putting out the same material that those who had control of it did? It's just something to think about. If there's no enemy within, the enemy without can do you no harm. So, today we're going to talk about the power of music in the civil rights movement. And we're going to talk about the different songs that was blaring on the radio during the civil rights movement at its height and just in regular, because the one thing about artists is we are not stagnant waiting for a movement. We spoke our mind, we speak our minds. And there were a lot of artists that were already talking about the things that were going on before the movements even started. So we're going to talk about all those hit songs that stood out, like Marvin Gaye, a lot of songs, and we're going to get into that. But I want you to think about this. If there is no enemy within, the enemy without can do us no harm. Are we our own worst enemy? Are we abusing our art by passing on unwise ways of life and glorifying things that may be destroying our community? If there is no enemy within, the enemy without can do us no harm. Are we continuing to amplify the colorist ideas, the over-sexualized ideas of black women? Are we continuing to push the sexist ideas that were placed on our backs by the white culture? If there's no enemy within, the enemy without can do us no harm. And it's just something to think about. So I want you to join me on this first part of this episode that's going to go until we run out of material or until something else comes. And I hope you enjoy it. If you like it, press that like button, subscribe, and share. Let's make this channel grow and channels like this grow. if there is no enemy within, the enemy without can do us no harm. Let's see what we can get into. The power of music.